Let us start our today's session. So we have already seen Snowflake table types, so different tables we have seen. So permanent table, transient table, temporary table, dynamic table. So external table we will see today, directory table, event table, hybrid table, and iceberg table. We will see one by one. So already we have seen permanent table, transient, temporary table, and dynamic tables, right? So dynamic tables, it's very similar to so how we will perform SCD logic. Same way we can do the dynamic table also. And we'll start with external table. So what is external table? So we have seen already external stage, right? External stage. Then what is this external table? So for example, this is Snowflake. Okay, this is our Snowflake, and this is our external stage. So then we are creating the integration, right? And then we are loading the data into Snowflake. So this one, just like a stage. So we have already created external stage. This is external stage. So we'll create external stage here and we'll place the file, and then from Snowflake we can access it. So now the similar one. So instead of external stage, so we are creating external table. Okay. So external table. So what is this external table? So we are creating external table inside the Snowflake. Okay, so here we are creating the table, but it will have the data externally, not in Snowflake. So for example, if we are creating any table in Snowflake, so all the data it will store here itself, right? But if you are thinking, okay, so we do not want to take this Snowflake storage, so we can take the data from externally. So we can keep the data externally and then we can access it from Snowflake. So how can we take? So either we can take AWS S3 or GCS, right? Or Azure storage. So whenever we are going for AWS or GCP or Azure, so we can take the storage from this external platform, and then from Snowflake we can access it. So this integration we need to perform. This integration we need to perform. So we already seen, right? So what is the advantage of external table? So external table, so the storage it will take from the cloud platform, not from Snowflake. So that cost will be reduced. So if you are thinking that, okay, instead of Snowflake storage, okay, external storage cost will be less, then you can create this way. Another one is the stable access. Okay, so whatever we are creating the tables and everything, we have to create that integration and everything. So we already seen Snowpipe. External stage, we have seen the external stage, we can load the data. So whenever we are making the file here, then copy into command. So we can load into Snowflake, right? The similarly, Snowpipe. Snowpipe is nothing but we are creating the automatic the pipe data pipeline. Then it will continuously ingest that file from external stage to Snowflake. So whenever the file is available in these three platforms, then it will send the file to Snowflake, right? But now we are creating the table here and we will access it. So to create the table here, the external table, so we need to perform all these, whatever we have done so far, like creating the role, creating the policy, creating the user groups, and everything we have to do. So first of all, we have to create AWS account. So that we have already created. Then go to this IAM, it's identity and access management. You can search from here, okay, the global search. Then go to IAM here. Then, so here now, this particular AWS account is 6-month account. We have 6 months account. We already created, right? Then the role we have to create and the policy we have to create and user group also we have to create. Just to go to the policy, we already created the policy, the Snow policy to access this S3, and this is the S3 one. But if you see the policy we already created here, right? The policy and everything. And so normally we will take this JSON one. Then whatever we have previously that we removed and copied this one, right? So here we need to put our S3 bucket name. So before creating this policy, we should have created S3 bucket. Then this is same process. You're not going to see any other process. This is same process, whatever we have seen already. So policy we have to create and roles we have to create. So go to this role. So already the role will be available. So you can add a new role. So create a new role. Like we created one role called snow role. So this is account number. Okay. So go inside. So while creating, this is what it will be there. And you can add this AWS S3 full access and snow policy. So whatever the policy we created, right? So those two policies we can add and trust relationship, right? So this is very important. So this is the AWS ARN number and external ID. So these two ID, whenever we are creating the storage integration, there we can find this one. So we can take those IDs and we can update it here. So edit trust policy, we can update it. So this is the ARN details. Okay. So just to go to this role, inside the role, we can find this ARN details, right? So this is the IAM role. Then user, if you want, you can create one user and we can create user group also. Just to create one group, one user. So user is for accessing this particular account. That's it. So after that, so previous to this IAM, we should have already created S3 bucket, right? So go to S3. So here we created already bucket. Then I'll go to this particular any one bucket, no issues. So you can go to this bucket or any other bucket. So we already created these buckets, right? And we can go to this bucket also. I'm just removing. So whatever we have, just I'm removing these two folders. Even you can create a new folder as well. Okay, so inside this bucket, we have one folder, CSV. So just one file we have. Okay, so one file. So we have here. So this file, we will load it into the external table. Okay, so up to these steps you are clear, right? So first we should have created S3 bucket. Then from the bucket, we can access it. Okay. So S3, first we have to create a bucket. So give the bucket name. Okay. So and then you can go to the IAM. So go to policy, create a new policy and change this one to this one. But we have to update this bucket name. That's it. Then create a policy, then create a role. And so this is the account ID and role, just to create a new role. So normally this is the steps we have to follow. We should have already created. So roll number, external ID. Initially you can put some dummy ID. Then after that we can update the trust policies. Okay. So S3 full access we can take and this one. So we have already created this one, right? So now we will go and create the storage integration in Snowflake. So to create this particular external table, so we have to follow these steps. So what is this external table? We are not storing the data inside the Snowflake. We are storing the data outside Snowflake and from Snowflake we are accessing it. That's a external table. So first we have to create normally the storage integration, right? So storage integration, whatever the steps we follow for the external stage, right? The same steps we have to follow. So storage integration we need to create. This is the storage integration. Go here. We will create one storage integration. So where we can create. So any database we can create. If you want, I can create a new database also. Create database name. So just I'm creating table types. Okay. Just I'm creating new database, new schema. I'm just creating a new schema here. And here I will take storage integration. So create or replace storage integration. So this is integration name and type. So this is external stage. Storage provider is S3 and it's enabled. This is the ARN number. Okay, this is the ARN number and storage allowed locations. Okay, so where can I find this ARN number? Just to go to this I am the role. Okay, so here itself you can find the ARN details. So this is the one. So you can copy it. This ARN details, just to copy and paste it here. Okay. So if you have created different one, just to create it here. Then this is the storage where we are placing the file, where we are creating the storage, this external table, just we have to create it. I will duplicate this particular page. I'll go to S3 here. Okay, so we can create one more bucket also. That's fine. Or we can create this any existing bucket also. So inside the bucket, we can keep the file, or inside the bucket, we can create a folder. So there itself, we can create file also. So why we are creating the file? So that is the data file. So inside the CSV, this is the data file. So from this file only, we are going to access it. Okay. So what data is available here? So whatever the data here we have, so we can download it and then check. So what data is available and we can upload. So if you want any other file, just we can upload it, the file. Okay, so everything is same. This is the bucket name. I'll go here, check this bucket name and the folder. If you do not want to keep the folder, you can remove it. Just you can keep only the bucket name, just to create the storage integration. This is normal process up to external stage, whatever we have seen. So that is normal process. Now, so after creating the storage integration, we have to describe the storage integration, right? So describe integration. So integration name. Then we will get the user ARN details and external ID, right? So these are the details we'll get it. So from here, we have to copy this user ARN details. So whatever the ARN details we have, so just to copy it. This is user ARN, then external ID. So copy these two. Okay, this is user ARN, this is the external ID. And after getting these two details, go to this I am, the role. This is the role we created, right? So go inside and trust relationship. So go to this trust relationship. So we have to update this policy. So go here and this is the ARN details. ARN details will not change actually. So once we create it, it will not change, but the external ID will change. So copy this. We can update one more time, no issues. Just to go here and paste it here. And again, so take this external ID, copy and paste it here. The external ID will change. Yeah, change, right? So update it. So then only the Snowflake, so whatever we have taken this ARN from AWS. So after getting the AWS ARN details, so we have to get Snowflake ARN as well as Snowflake external ID. So this one, whatever the Snowflake is creating. So that we need to give it to the AWS. So that's what the connection we are establishing, because it's a very secure connection we have to take, right? So that's why we are creating these IDs. Okay, we already created this one. So then we can create the stage. So to create a stage, so we can use the file format. If you want, you can directly mention the file format. If you have any date inside the file, so we can make this file format also. So what is the file format? So create or replace file format. It's a format name and type equal to CSV. And field delimiter, if you want to make, yes, field delimiter also we can make. It's a comma delimiter only, right? And header we have S1. We can skip it. And this is the one. Okay. The if you have any date column inside this file format, the file CSV file, you can mention the date format also. So this is nothing but it's a file format we are creating. So after that, we have to create an external stage. So this is the external stage we are creating. Create or replace stage name, URL equal to this is the S3 URL details, storage integration. So whatever we already created here, right? So this storage integration and file format is the file format. So directly we can go to this stage. So whatever we need for stage to create as external stage, we need storage integration and file format, right? So file format directly we can mention here, but since we have date column and everything, so just I have taken separately created. So now I will create external stage. So list down this external stage. So whatever the files are available, so we can check it here, right? Okay, this is the file is available. Okay, one file is available. So even if you want to check the file, you can put the $1, $2, that command, right? So select this one, right? Whatever we have already, so that we can put it here and we can check. We put already this is the CSV, then it will go here inside the CSV. It will list down the file columns. Okay, first column, second column, third column. So whatever we have, so we could see the data, right? Could see the data here. It means we are able to access the external stage. So now we can create external table. Okay, up to this, whatever we have seen so far, external stage, then we will use the copy into command, right? So copy into command, we will create a table inside the Snowflake, then we will copy it from there. And even we created a snow pipe. So whenever we are placing the file, and then automatically it will ingest, right? Snow pipe we have seen, and SNS service, SQS service also we have seen. So how it will automatically ingest the file, right? So but now we are going to create external table. So what is this external table? So this is what we are going to see, that external table. Okay, just we will create one external table without having the column defined. Okay, just we are creating external table. So how to create external table? We already created stage, right? So normally previously what we are seeing, create table, table name. Just we are making the table name T underscore EMP underscore stage. Then we'll create all the columns. Then we'll put copy into command, right? So after creating the table, we'll use copy into and we will load it. But now we are not using this because so we have the external stage, then we are loading the data into Snowflake. Then the Snowflake will hold the data storage, right? But now we are not going to hold the data in Snowflake. So we are going to create a table here. Only table structure will be there, but it will access the data from this external stage. External stage, whatever we put the file here, so we can access it from here. Only the table structure we can maintain in Snowflake. So whenever we are querying this particular table, we'll go and take the data from external stage. So whatever we are keeping the file over there. Okay. So how to create external table? This is the syntax. So create or replace external table. So keyword is external. External table, the table name with the location equal to, so whatever we created the stage. Okay. The staging with the location equal to the external stage, file format, CSV file format, refresh on create equal to true. So what is that meaning, right? Refresh on create. So while creating the table, if we have more number of files, just we are refreshing it. Refreshing means while creating itself, it will load the data into the table. If you are not mentioning that, So we have to refresh it. So then only it will load the data. So now I will go and create this particular table. Then the table has been created. Where? Snowflake. But we can access the data from this table. So if I'm going to run this particular query, right? So it will fetch the data from this S3 bucket and display. But how it will display? It will display with variant data type. So each column, this is the way it will display. So you can see this one. It's very similar to how the JSON file looks like, right? So it will access the data in this file like this. So you can see here, this is what it will display. But if you want to check the column name, so you can write the query like this, $1, that is nothing but column one, $1 C2, $1 C3. This is the way we can access it, the data. So this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth column. So all the data we can access it this way. But this is one single variant file it will store. But we want to make it like a table. So with defining the column, okay, this is nothing but employee ID. This is nothing but first name, last name, email ID, phone number. Okay, so all the columns we have to define in this way. Then we can create with the column name the same table structure only. So we can mention that this way, this way. Okay, so these syntax we have to remember: create or replace, external table. This is a table name. We have to define the each column. So first column is nothing but C1. It's nothing but employee ID. It's a number data type. C2, it's a column 2. It's a first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job ID. So I have taken all three different data types. Number data type, it's a varchar data type, and date data type. So whenever we are taking the date data type, use this format conversion. Okay, it's a, we are informing Snowflake that so whatever we have data in this format. So 2 underscore date, this is the format we have. DDMM4Y. Yes, that's a format we created, right? Already file format and everything. So we can keep the same file date format, job ID, salary, commission percentage, and manager ID and department ID. If you do not want, okay, so we have 100 columns. You do not want all the 100 columns to be loaded into the table. No need to create all this. So whatever the column number we need, so that column number you can mention that. So it will map to the respective column here. And then after that, we have to create location. This is the external stage. So if you have inside external stage any other folder, then you can put the slash also. So pattern. So if you have multiple files inside this one, then you can mention the pattern, or you can no need to mention the pattern. Okay, so normally we'll put this way. This is the file format. Then file format is CSV. Just I will create this table. So table has been created. So now I will access this particular table. Select start from this table name. Then we can see this table. This is the column. Okay, so this value by default it will be available. So if you are using select star from external table, then definitely this will be available. So if you do not want, then take only the column name. Okay, if you want only employee ID, so employee ID, comma salary, comma department ID, then we can mention that all the column names from this external table. So we will take only those columns. That's it. This is the file. So I'll open the file. So here I put the data. So I will remove this one, or I'll remove this one. So instead of this one, 227, this one, I will put one more record, 300. Just I put, this is the one, Control S. This file, we will upload it. Okay, so now some process has uploaded this file into S3. So think about this is the file we have. And I'll copy this. I'll go to S3. Okay, I'll upload it. So I'll go here, I'll add files. So it will replace the file, right? So whatever we had the file, so it will replace. So now, so we replace the file, right? So now I will go and check this data from this file. So whether we will have this file data? No, we have this 207, right? It is not there. Is there any 300? So we have this. So when we put, it's auto refresh. Okay, so now it has loaded, right? So maybe we already created a SNS service, but if it is not loaded here, you can refresh it. Okay, so we have to refresh it always. So since we have already created this, you remember we already created this SQS service, right? SQS or SNS service. That's why it has already refreshed it. If you haven't created any services, you can mention that alter external table name refresh. So this is manually we are refreshing it. So if you refresh it, so then if you go and check now, this will be available. So whatever we have added newly, so that will be available. 207 has been removed, right? So this way we can check this external table. So where the data is present now. So even if you are taking 1 TB or any storage, S3 only it will charge. So if you are thinking that, okay, S3 will be very less cost when compared to Snowflake storage, then you can take S3 storage itself. Yes, we can take external table. So if you ask me whether we will use external table in our real-time project, yes, we will use it. So permanent table, that is the default table. Whenever we are creating the table, yes, it will be there. And transient table, so we will not have that fail-safe option. And time travel will have 1 day, only 1 day, all this, right? Then temporary table, particular to this particular session. So if we are creating any stage table or any temp table to join it, so we can use this temporary table. External table we have seen now, external to the Snowflake, and dynamic table. So dynamically it will get updated. So whenever the data get updated in the source table, right? So these are the tables we have seen.